I'm going to make Moxa padding for use in pressing Moxibustion. So there's already a video about pressing Moxibustion and what is it. There's another video about medicated Moxa cloth. So, I'll put the links for those in the description of this video. So what we're going to do here is make a different type of Moxa cloth. So this is 15 grams of dried ginger, ganjiang, and this is 300 milliliters of plain old water. And we're going to simmer that, but I'm going to let it sit for a while for the ginger to absorb some of the water, so that'll make the decoction a little bit stronger. So I'll be back in a half hour or so, and then we'll start simmering. Okay, it's ready to cook. It's soaked for a while. Let's turn it on. And we're just going to simmer this for 15 or 20 minutes. So it's simmered for about 20 minutes. Just turn the heat off. Let's get pieces of ginger out. This is just plain old white flour. So I'm gonna whisk some in to make a paste. Now I have ginger paste, and I'm going to start painting the cloth. So I've got some unbleached cotton muslin that's been washed and flattened, although not really ironed. It's resting on a screen because I want to dry it, so it needs to get air underneath easily too. And I'm just going to take this paste, the ginger paste, and mush it around the top of the cloth. Here's a second layer of the same type of cloth. So if I can, I'm going to try and neatly lay this on top. Okay. We're going to want to fold it in half again. So I want a little mark here where the fold will be. Okay, I can kind of see it. I'm going to lie this down right at that level. Okay, now I have 4 layers of cloth. And on the outside, there's some moisture from the ginger paste, but the outside is not full of ginger paste. And the ginger paste holds it together on the inside and gives it a little thickness. So the next part is this needs to dry. So let's see. I've got this old ugly rack I use for a lot of things. And so I'm going to put the ginger cloth on top, and because I want it to stay flat, I'm going to just put a second one on top of that, and then I'll put the fan on it and let it dry for a few days. So we'll be back in a couple of days. Well, hello there. The Moxa cloth is dry, at least dry enough. It's been 2 days, I guess. Didn't go in the dehydrator because it doesn't really fit with the center hole that my dehydrator has, but I put it in the sun for a while and just aired it out. So now the process is to cut it into pieces. You could cut it into 2 by 2 inch, or I don't know how many centimeters, sorry, or 3 by 3 or 4 by 4. I'm going to make more pieces, so I'm going to do 2 by 2. So let's see. Okay. I could tell that the center of it isn't totally dry because when I cut, the texture felt different. So I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I demonstrate their use, but they can still, dry, cut into pieces like this. Okay, so the Moxa padding, the ginger Moxa padding is been cut into pieces and dry, and so we're going to try this out. I'm just going to do pressing Moxa on a random place because the places where I need it aren't really going to, they're more in the lower body. So anyway, let's say I had pain at the back of my wrist. Okay, press, press, press. I feel some warmth. Press, press. And there, it's really very warm right now. If I just had this one spot, that would be the whole treatment, and then would be done. So you can see that it gets, ash on it, and you can only use the pad on one person. My wrist is slightly pink. I don't know if you can see it. So that's an alternative to Moxa cloth if you prefer this hard kind. I actually prefer the Moxa cloth, but anyway, there's a video about Moxa cloth. There's a video about pressing Moxa, so look at those if you want to know more.